How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Tuesday, September the 2nd, 2025. Is your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. Want to thank all you good folk out there in YouTube land for continuing to rock out with my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, I'm back with another video. And in this video, we got to bring this in front of the congregation. This topic is nothing new. And we have seen time and time again that these men and women that are supposed to be the apostles and prophets, the bishops, the stewardess, the stewards of God and whatnot for the creator, and they are supposed to be leading people toward a path of at least trying to do the right thing, trying to, for lack of a better term, live by the words of God. But what happens when these people are not really men and women of God? What happened when they're fraudsters, pranksters, wanksters? Family, we this right here is sad, but it's not sad because it happens all the time. It is sad, but it's not surprising because it happens all too often.
Two church leaders with ties to Tampa are facing federal charges tonight. They're at the center of what investigators are calling a multi-million-dollar conspiracy involving money laundering, forced labor, and abuse. This follows multiple FBI raids this morning, including at a home in the affluent Avalon neighborhood in Hillsborough County. This was part of a nationwide takedown. Fox 13 is covering this investigation from multiple angles. Our Kylie Jones is at the federal courthouse in Tampa, diving deeper into the church and its leaders. But we begin with Aaron Mesmer live in Avila with more on the raid and reaction from neighbors. Aaron.
Yeah, Haley, and these neighbors were absolutely stunned by what went on this morning. Neighbors in this community, they woke up to helicopters and FBI agents raiding a home in Avila. And once they found out why those federal agents were there, it was even more surprising.
Some of you say, I don't have 100,000, but you have 20,000. You have 50,000 here, or you have 10,000.
That's video of David Taylor asking viewers to send money to his church. Federal authorities now say Taylor used donations to fund an extravagant lifestyle that included this massive mansion in Tampa's affluent Avila community. FBI agents raided the home Wednesday morning.
It's very
Now, family, this man asking people to send 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. So people are donating their hard money because they believe that through some type of good works, that's going to get them to, how can I say this? I want to be politically correct, respectfully. That's going to get them into heaven. When really and truly, you people that just give their money freely to these wanksters, these pranksters, these men and women that solicit you for money and tug on your heartstrings and tell you that you not being a good Christian because you ain't part ways with your money freely. And then turns out that this dude, he living in one of the biggest houses in Avila. Let me let you all in about Avila. Avila is a very affluent community down here in Hillsborough County. And now they do have modest sized houses in Avila. Don't get it twisted, but it depends on what you call modest. Modest could be 5 to 600,000 for some people. But the house that this alleged pastor supposedly lived in, this man, that place, millions, billions. So it brings you to the question of why would a pastor need not just the biggest house in Avila? Because as I said, Avila is very affluent, and typically the only people that's really living in big houses in Avila are athletes, some type of professional athlete down here in Hillsborough County. Outside of that, yeah, you can get you a little regular house, but a house like that, you got to have that. You got to have that NFL money. You gotta have that baseball money, that hockey money. You gotta have some bread. So what is a pastor doing up in there? And the neighbors, they asking the same damn question. Because I bet you her house ain't the size of, I bet your house don't look nowhere near like his house.
Surprising to hear that type of thing was going on again right in your backyard.
It's unclear what authorities took from the home. This view from Skyfox shows several cars lined up with gift bows on top. Neighbors say the 10-bedroom, 10.5-bathroom, 28,000 square foot mansion is one of the largest in Avila.
Because they was like, how could a pastor afford to live in a house like that?
According
That's right, ma'am. How can a pastor afford to live in a house like that? Y'all heard her. This lady asked a damn good question. Look at his house, family. Look at the aerial shot of his house. Man, this pastor had this a house that Jay-Z and Beyonce live in. Drake got a house this size. Patrick Mahomes' house this size. I mean, hell. Listen, my thing is, why is a pastor got a house this size? You on the air, you on the, on the internet streets, you begging people for money. You begging people, you tugging on people's heartstrings to part ways with their money under the guise that if you don't give, you going to hell. Respectfully. Respectfully. And there's a special place in hell for people who take advantage of other good folk, all in the name of money, but they come in the name of the Creator.
to the 23-page federal indictment, this house is one of several properties throughout the country purchased by Taylor's Kingdom of God Global Church. He's the pastor and referred to himself as an apostle, according to court documents. The indictment alleges Taylor recruited people to work at call centers, referring to them as armor bearers. Investigators say they were his, quote, personal servants who fulfilled Taylor's demands around the clock and were never paid.
So who in the hell do this? Okay, so this dude look like goddamn Sideshow Bob. He look like that damn dude on The Simpsons. And you around, you taking advantage of good people? And you got people working around the clock like they slaves, and you ain't even paying, you ain't compensating them? While you study manipulating people and telling people, oh, if you don't send me no money, you going to hell. You're going to burn.
Taylor and Executive Director Michelle Brand.
Executive Director. Yeah, you got it's a little Becky involved too. Yeah, respectfully, little Becky involved. And you know what's crazy? Man, I was doing some other research, family. And this same guy, this same crossover pastor, gonna talk about he done raised people from the dead. This same dude. I'm like, my good sir, who your dusty ass raised from the dead? But it's stuff like that where you playing in the Creator's face. You playing in the Creator's face. When you say stuff like that.
And are accused of controlling nearly every aspect of the workers' lives, cutting them off from family and forcing them to take contraceptives. Human trafficking advocates say it's a devastating situation.
And you really had every aspect of human trafficking. You had individuals who were, brought to a facility that they couldn't leave. They weren't being paid. They had production goals that they had to meet.
And authorities say if the workers failed to reach Taylor's monetary goals, they faced punishment, including public humiliation, food and shelter restrictions, sleep deprivations, and physical and psychological abuse. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay's CEO says these victims will likely face a long recovery. She says there's another lesson every community can learn from this.
This can happen in one of our most affluent zip codes in Hillsborough County. It can happen in your backyard. It can happen in my backyard.
As for the folks who lived with alleged human trafficking, fraud, and money laundering happening in their backyards.
I hope it's not true, but if it is, he deserves everything.
He don't look like that now, family. But to somebody who really wants to believe in something, for somebody who is lost, and for them, his words, what was the guiding light for them. But my good sir, it was all for the name of money. And why are you having the female workers that y'all basically y'all held them there, they couldn't leave. Basically, you kidnapped them. You pretty much held them captive against their will. You forced them to work. You wasn't compensating them, and then you making them take contraceptives. Why? What's going on with the contraceptives? What did the female workers have to do that they needed to worry about not getting pregnant? See, man, it's that right there, man, and that's why people have a hard time with religion. That right there. That's why people have a hard time with religion. That's why I tell people, you know what? There's nothing wrong with having faith and believing in something, but you have to be very careful when you start following a man. Because if you believe everything that your pastor telling you, and you just cause he can sing a little bit and he can get you riled up, he can give you a little pep talk. Listen, you better pay attention. Because think about how many people that this brother he just frauded them, committed fraud, just defrauded them out of millions and millions and millions of dollars. Listen, family, this man not only got that one mansion in Hillsborough County, he got multiple. And can you imagine how much money people would donate to his cause on some BS? He deserves the full extent of the criminal justice system. Every inch of it. Every inch. Deserve all them inches, every inch. Nice and deep and slow. Because my good sir, I am sure that there are some elderly ladies out there, or elderly men out there that they owe and they want to believe in something. They grew up in the church and their mama was in the church, and they believe in that. You say, hey, if you send me some monies, that's the way. And these people do it because at some point in time, everybody has to come to grasp and grips with their mortality. No one lives forever. But to play on people's heartstrings and use religion to do it so you can live a life of like you a professional athlete, or you some type of entertainer, movie star, just so you can live a life of lies, and you holding people hostage. You got people being servicing slaves to you. Who the hell are you, my good sir? Family, I'm just appalled at this brother and the little Becky that was helping him. I ain't got no understanding and no empathy for them. They need to get it. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.